Hello, my name is Tamara Sweeney, and I am with LoveDominates.com, a nonprofit 501c3. I am actually here, standing here on my property, which I was threatened to leave back in 2012. The reason I'm doing this video today is my fourth son has now been alienated from me. The original, well, it was never an agreement. It was just I was thrown into a lawyer's office, intimidated. I signed a custody agreement. He talked me out of going to court, because it was going to cost money for both of us. So I was trying to be nice and not go to court, but realized years later that I was railroaded by this attorney, Andrew Laird. They don't do the best of what, the best interest of the child. Basically, from 2012, my kids have been alienated from me. I have two older kids now, 23, well, one will be 23 in November, which I'm sure I won't see. I will have nothing to do with. I haven't seen him, nothing, in 6 years. Same with my second son, nothing. My third child is a daughter, wants nothing to do with me. And my fourth child now is not responding by text. He doesn't answer calls. It's the same thing. It's the brainwashing is happening. Anyway, what I wanted to really talk about, and Tim Schilling, you'd be really happy of me, is your constitutional rights. So I actually want to read this to you because it's Amendment 14, Section 1. And I'm just going to read this to you. Section 1 says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States, and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of laws. Well, our court system is so messed up. I'm so tired of this because I'm getting calls from everywhere. I have videos from everywhere. Children are being taken and given to the predator. I mean, it's got to stop. Anyway, there's rules of decent behavior. I really want to get this to the judges, because the judges, they think they're above the law, and it has to end because they are not doing what's in the best interest of our children. So for the targeted parent, all the targeted parents out there, I know what you're going through. You miss birthdays, you miss holidays, you've been mistreated. We're treated like diseases, that we don't matter, that we don't deserve this. Our children don't want to be with us, but before the separation or divorce, we've had no records of abuse, no records of child abuse, no records of domestic violence, drugs, alcohol, anything. And even if I did, I still have my rights with my children. I want to go through, because I highly recommend anyone that's going through this situation to Google Dr. Craig Childress. He has an excellent explanation of what you're going through. And I wish I had this earlier, back in 2010 when I was going through this, because I had no idea. What you're dealing with is a pathogenic, narcissistic parent. And he gives a list, it's called Top 15 Things Targeted Parents Need to Know About Attachment-Based Parental Alienation. And I'm not going to read all 15 here, but attachment-based parental alienation stands for ABPA. So ABPA describes a form of pathogenic parenting, which is a clinical term for parenting behavior that is so distorted that it creates psychopathology in a child. That was number 5. Number 7 says ABPA provides psychologists with a set of 3 clinical diagnostic indicators or symptoms which must be present in that child. Number 8 says ABPA is based entirely on the symptoms being displayed by the child. No other person needs to be clinically assessed for symptoms. So basically, the parent that has the child and the child displays no empathy or wants no part of that other parent, that's a sign. That's a flat out sign. I mean, my ex used to tell the judge and tell everyone, I'm not forcing the kids to be with their mother. That is a big sign. Or I deserve this treatment. That was another thing that my husband used all the time. And I'm calling him my husband because he was my husband at the time. Number 8, ABPA is based entirely on the symptoms of being displayed by the child. Okay, I said that, I'm sorry. Number 10, ABPA describes how the combination of these 3 psychopathologies can only be created in a child through a pathogenic parenting. So basically, anyone that is a targeted parent, they're dealing with a narcissistic, pathogenic parent. ABPA can reliably and consistently make the distinction between oppositional defiant children and alienated children. ABPA can reliably and consistently make the distinction between an authentic child abuse and false allegations of abuse made by a child who is being influenced by the pathogenic parent. ABPA cannot be misused by an abusive parent to trick the court system into giving them custody. ABPA can be used by your child's psychologist today. And ABPA gives targeted parents the power to hold psychologists accountable. Thank you, Dr. Childress. We need to hold these psychiatrists or psychologists accountable for standards of professional competence in assessments, diagnosis, and treatment. I'm in hopes one day that my children will come back, that they're going to realize the truth, because I am dealing with a person that has completely lied to myself, to the kids, to the court system. And just because he has money and power doesn't mean that it's right. Love dominates. The truth will come out. And I hope this helps you guys. Thank you.